Slyks for a quick stream. I've got a quick break in my day, so I just want to run the Geffen Magic Tournament. This time I am not going to forget that I didn't talk to the NPC and not be able to do it, because I don't think I've tried it since that little mishap, but let's hope I didn't, because I may have messed it up again if I did. Alright, so you want to go through the Dimensional Gorge, like always, into the new world, Dimensional Device, take the elevator up to the Star Kingdom that is up here. It's a beautiful area where you can do all the new instances. I've already got my, actually, yeah, I'm looking at, my Agi plus 10 food is actually overriding my Eden stats, so hopefully 17 minutes is long enough to get through this. And the first thing I need to grab is just a few supplies. I think besides for that, we're pretty much set up. I want to grab the Pisana-carded Valk armor, just in case we do get the Alchemist and she ends up breaking my Nab's Cloth. We'll go ahead and switch to that at that point. Alright, reasonably satisfied with what I've got going on, so hopefully we make it through without too much of an issue. So you want to go talk to this guy up here, Emmett White, aka Colonel Sanders, who will allow you to reserve the instance, the Geffen Magic Tournament, and once it opens, you click on the Dimensional Device again. Not the same Dimensional Device as before, but the same name and same graphic. Use the device, and you are warped into the instance. This instance is unique because it is one... I'm not sure if there's any other instances that have mini quests inside of them, but this one does have mini quests inside of it, and it also has storage inside of it, which is very different for an instance. So the mini quest that we're going to start is to get the physical buff. This will give you 10% additional physical attack to demi-humans. There are 3 different miniature quests that you can do in the Geffen Magic Tournament, although you only have the option to choose one of them. So if you do choose, make sure it's going to benefit your class the most. There's a quest for plus 10 magic attack, plus 10 physical attack, and also one for 10% resistance, all to demi-human. So all of those are pretty good for this, depending on what you need. I personally like the physical attack buff the best. As you can see, the quest is not very much of a quest at all. It's really just clicking through NPC dialogues and chasing this dude around a tower. You just have to go within one cell of him to set off the next step in the quest. If you take too long, he will run away and you will not get your buff. And you can't start it again, and you cannot do any other quest at that point. If you fail one of them, you can't go ahead and start the magic attack one or start the defensive one. It's over. Fight the thief really quickly, get everybody's money back. Waste your gum that you have on from cracking earlier. And let's hope that the volume is working. Okay. Just wanted to check, because sometimes my mic does turn off randomly. Finish up by talking to that last NPC. You're stuck in dialogue for a couple more seconds, and then you should be able to exit and walk down and register for the Magic Tournament. As has been discussed in other videos of Geffen that I've done, all the creatures, or all the NPCs who are moving around, and including Fae up here, are ones that you will have to fight in the tournament. Fae and the female sorcerer have the equal chance of being summoned, so you don't have to fight both of them. Speak to the receptionist. How do you register? Hit yes to summon the desert wolf, kill it within 60 seconds, and you are allowed in. If you can't do that, you should probably turn around now because you're not going to make it through. Okie doke. I just always like to triple check my supplies because you never know what's going to happen. Write in your name. I'm not sure what happens if you use a different name or write an insult into there, whether it changes your ability to enter the instance or not. Not sure, so I usually like to enter my name because I know that this instance was prone to bugs early on in its life, and when you hit no that you didn't want to do the desert wolf summoning, that was it. You were locked in that dialogue window and you could not start. So that was annoying. There were a bunch of other bugs, but most of them have been sorted out. They've changed the script a few times to the tournament guide, which allows you to proceed through without ending up bugged. There used to be issues with him not spawning after the round. Oh, and that actually created... There's a whole list of issues that came from it and resolved because of it. One thing that really stinks now, I'm not sure if they've fixed it, but if you have any character that has a burning type skill, like a Warlock's Hell's Inferno, or if you're using a Yignis Stale Axe, Banispati card, Demonic Fire from Geneticist, Lava Slide, and Dragon Breath are all super dangerous to use. It's a big risk because if the critter that you're killing, the Geffen Magic Tournament participant, dies to burning, it does not give you the quest count that you need, the Geffen Mage number completed to move on to the next round. So if it burns to death and you don't get that quest count, that's the end of your Geffen Magic Tournament. Which, granted, that was much better than a 60% chance to not even get past the first player. So as soon as you killed the Super Novice before, you had a more than 50% chance of not being able to click on the tournament guide because he would not summon. So that was ridiculous. And I'm glad they fixed it. Very minor side effect based on how bad the issue was. And I'm kind of being a little bit dumb right now and using my Faceworm Queen Leg that I do not have to use. Really, up until round 5, you don't have too much resistance against anything that you're fighting. The only thing that's bad about round 5 is that the monk uses decreased agility, so not really a big deal at all. Let me go make a quick note on the forums that I am streaming right now. And hopefully some people will want to check us out. Talk to the tournament guide, and used to, another thing that they fixed, I think it was an unintended fix that happened. You used to have to sit through the smack talking phase of the participant after you beat them, and you couldn't click on the tournament guide until after they were done crying. So that ate up a whole bunch of time that you can actually save now because you can click on the tournament guide as soon as you kill it and get the quest count. Oh, the annoying storm gust. So we're in Unfrozen for the wizard, for the mage. It's not really worth using Enchant Deadly Poison at this point, so we'll just keep riding it out. I like to EDP towards the end, the last 4 creatures. This is our first ghost that we're going to be facing in this tournament. So I'm going to switch over to my Leo Crown so I can proc Mild Wind. Looks like we've still got 8 minutes on Agi food, so we should be okay. Back to the Edga hat. Since we have procced Mild Wind, it will last for 5 minutes. I'm going to switch to my Lucky Day boots only because I don't expect any of these to be able to proc Bear's power. They just don't hit enough. Well, I'd like to thank you all for watching again. Check me out anytime I'm live streaming, and also if you're watching this later, there's going to be a plug, probably to subscribe right here, hopefully, but who knows. So thanks again for watching. So we're on to the ninja now. Kind of wasting time. I should have been dark clawing stuff earlier because it just saves you that much more time in the instance. And the more time that we save... Oh, see, I'm clicking on that because I think that he's dead, but he's not. Gotta unhide him. Which I usually have Phantom Menace hotkeyed, but I did Face Worm on here recently, and I like to replace key number 1 with Spellbreaker. We are on to the Lord Knight. Hopefully the yard work that they're doing outside is not too annoying on the microphone. It probably sounds like a weed whacker going on right now. I thought that after the lawnmower was done that we were home free, but apparently not, so hopefully that's not bothering you guys too much. What are they doing out there? Lord Knight has, like, I don't even know how much luck, because he has a crit shield that's seems to be higher than Keel's, because you can't even get any crit off with, even with Lucky Day procced. That is really annoying out there. Alright, we are on to the Archbishop. Brought some irises for extra SP. So that will help us get through here without having to use too many Yig Seeds. Really, I don't like to use any Yig Seeds in this instance, only because one of the rewards for finishing the instance is that you get Yig Seeds and Yig Berries, so this is a great place to farm them instead of just use them. So I kind of freaked out for a second there, only because I realized I'm wearing my deadly armor still, and going up against the Archbishop, who does Holy Light, which would absolutely destroy me. Truly apologize for the yard work. Hopefully they'll be done shortly. On to the next one. This is the Wanderer, so we've only got a couple more to go. This is the 4th to last boss, but not technically a boss. There's no actual boss protocol creatures until the 2nd to last round. Looks like we need a little bit more crit, so we'll go ahead and put on a luck food and put on our Buch. So that'll prop us up a little bit. Put back on our Agi food. And is it worth going to the Luck Glove? It'll be more crit, less attack speed. Doesn't really matter when Lucky Day is procced because we're at 160 crit. Always remember to stay hydrated while you're gaming. There's nothing worse than becoming dehydrated and having to call 911 to pry you out of your computer chair because you forgot to drink water for 3 days straight. This is not... It's not a personal story that I'm going to own up to, but you decide whether that happened or not. Alright, so we're on to the male Sork, which means we have one more. This is the last of the non-boss creatures. So, last normal contestant here. He's got a ton of health, so I like to Dark Claw an EDP for him. Oh, I accidentally hit the wrong button, so we're actually EDP'd and Dark Clawed with a Thanatos Catar. I was wondering why we were doing not much damage at all. I don't want to waste what we've already used, the EDP, so I'll wait until it's almost down to switch to daggers because I want to proc Mild Wind as well. So we'll switch over to our Mild Wind hat, re-EDP, and attack again. Alright, so we've got a fresh Mild Wind to go into the Ghost Boss. We'll see which one we get this time. It looks like we got the female sorcerer, so I will unfortunately not get to show you my favorite boss, which is Faye, the geneticist or biochemist. Not sure which one she is, but she packs quite a punch and she is actually very fun to fight. So kind of upset that we didn't get her, but what can you do? So for this creature, I'm going to keep on the Bakanawa tattoo so that I don't need to use Agi food to get 193. Oh, and I totally forgot. Before we did that, I should have done Enchant Poison and Venom Impression. You'll be able to see it'll up our damage just a little bit. Yeah, now we're hitting 40k with Tiger, so a little bit better. And there we are, on to Fenrir, the last round of the Geffen tournament. Got everything intact. We've got 3 minutes on our Mild Wind, which should be enough time. I'm going to keep on the Holy Armor that we've got. Oh, come on, guys. You chose the best time to be right in front of my window. The only time that matters that we don't need noise. And you come over here. Alright, so we've got our Enchant Poison on for 1:50. That's kind of pushing it. So we're going to hopefully get her in time. I want to do a plus 20 luck food, strength food, and also my desert sandwich to make sure we've got enough crit. And also Agi up as well. Venom Impression her, Dark Claw, and go to town. Keep an eye out for her cast bars that she's using. Oh, I should have had effects on. That's why I died right there. Sorry about that. So, get yourself in a safe position. What you want to do, essentially, is pin her up to this wall. And then when you see the cast bars coming, you walk around the staircase. And she can't target you. So apologies that that did not work as planned initially. And when she does that, which is her Tetra Vortex cast, just switch over to a deviant garment and pot through it. Make sure to Dark Claw every time it's ready. And also Venom Impression. We're still at 192 attack speed, so that is not safe. We need to put on our plus 10 agi food. Back to the deviant. We'll need to Venom Impression her again. And I forgot to re-up our crit as well. Sorry about that. So yeah, dying in the Geffen tournament really throws you off. Very, very noob mistake of me to have my effects off. I kind of just forgot how dangerous she is, because you really, you can really lose sight of how tough Fenrir is because she doesn't actually use physical attacks very much. It's really just a game of avoiding her magic attacks. It looks like our mild wind has run out, so we're going to want to recast that. Come on, mild wind. There we go. Mild wind's back up. Then we want to do enchant poison again, venom impression again, attack a little bit until we gotta move out. And then Dark Claw for the finish. A little bit longer than it normally takes to kill her because I don't have the 10% demi-human buff, so that does bog us down a little bit. So next time, keep your effects on, watch out for that Earth Strain. You want to stand directly next to her to avoid that, or at the very top of that staircase where I was going to avoid Comet. If you go to the top of the staircase, Earth Strain won't hit. The problem with going up to the top of it is that it takes you longer to run around to the safe side when Comet does get cast, and it takes her longer to get to you on that side. So it does actually make you lose time, and you use more EDPs. So tried to keep her as safe as possible, missed that one Earth Strain, and as you can see, that one thing is all it takes to get you wrecked. Even though I wasn't wearing the Deviant at the time that got hit, it did kill me even with Holy Armor. So her attacks are no joke. The Comet is absolutely insane if you try to stand through it. Even with the DR, you've really got to have your health going. So, hope you enjoyed, learned from my mistakes, and check us out next time. Thanks again for watching, guys. It's time for me to go apologize and chat to people who are watching.